how do we, baby boomers and empty nesters, parents, lay leaders, and young adult Bible study leaders effectively reach out to Asian American young adults? We have been leading for 30 years in different ministries, but are we relevant? How do we know? New trend question, and I really appreciate the heart behind the question because these are older Asian Americans who have been faithful in ministry for 30 years and recognizing that for the next generation, ministry might look different. And I hear the heart of desiring to be helpful and to make disciples of that next generation. And as it is, particularly in the American context, particularly in the 21st century, things are rapidly changing. And so leaders have to be learners, and we constantly and regularly must make course adjustments and changes on how we do ministry, not for the sake of being relevant, but for the sake of bringing the gospel into the right context so that people can know how to live the gospel out in their context. So one of the popular concepts that has been articulated in the past 5 years is the idea of reverse mentoring. So let me be very specific with that. So reverse mentoring looks like, hey, young person, although you wouldn't say it this way, but you'd address them personally by name. I'd like to get to know you, and I'd like to share with you what I've learned in life, if that's helpful. And you know what? For young people, their number one need in my 20 years of working with young Asian American leaders, their number one need is mentors and role models. So while they may not be able to approach an older person and ask for that, because Asian culture doesn't really have a nice mechanism for doing that, we don't know how to do it. We haven't seen it before. Well, we just need to start. I mean, there's no magic to that. And what I wanted to say here was the concept of reverse mentoring is spending time with that younger person and hearing their story, hearing their dreams and their ambition and aspirations and their challenges, and bringing your life experience to help them with that, whether that's prayer, whether that's here's what I've learned in my experience, here's something else that you can think about. Speaking words of wisdom from life experience is the most valuable thing that you can offer a younger generation. It's not just Bible knowledge anymore. We have knowledge at our fingertip through smartphones. So it's no longer knowledge or information that the next generation needs. The next generation needs wisdom and interpretation. And that's what you can definitely bring that is relevant because you have life experience, and technology will continue to change over time, but life, human life that we have experienced and we can pass on is going to be valuable. And reverse mentoring, the second thing I'll say about that is, for example, right here, we're on Facebook Live, learning from the younger on how to use these new technologies. That's a great learning experience. And through that learning experience, you'll get to know the older will get to know the younger, and the younger will get to know the older. You'll have something in common to work on. And then spill over into learning about the Bible too, and learning about life. So what does the Bible have to say about everyday life becomes your biggest value and important thing that you as an older person can bring to the younger Asian Americans. Very, very important, very, very valuable. I would encourage you to do that. If I could be of help, please contact me.